All right, you're gonna call this special board meeting of October 26, 2023 to order at 6:30 p.m. This is a special board meeting because we do not have closed session, so we're going to roll right into regular session. Can I get roll call, please?
This is here. Austin here, Mascot here, all you have here.
Brianna Texoni here. 1C special board meeting agenda. It's recommended the board approve the agenda for October 26, 2023 special board meeting. Can I get a motion?
So,
Any changes?
no changes.
Discussion? Call for question. All those in favor?
This is a copy night, Mascot, all you have,
Brianna Texoni, aye. Flag salute, is there somebody that would like to read or lead us in the flag salute? Can't stand. Flag salute,
And over heart, ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To be civility statement. The civility statement reads that we will communicate clearly and concisely with respect of the time of others. Listen objectively, carefully considering the opinions of others. Understand the counterproductive effects of disruptive, demeaning, and intimidating behaviors. Understand and respect the district policies and procedures. Maintain a respect for the rich history of the district and the efforts of others who have served in the past. 3A, public comments, recognition, and reports. Dr. Sullivan.
No public comment cards,
Thank you. And 3B, golden spotlight.
Thank you. My favorite part of the agenda, to be honest. Tonight, we are recognizing students who have achieved a reclassification status as English learners within our district. Just to define reclassification, it is a process whereby student is reclassified from English learner status to fluent English proficiency, RFEP. We like our acronyms. After RFEP status, after meeting various linguistic and academic criteria that have been set forth by the state as well as the school district. Our district has developed student reclassification policy and procedures based on the criteria by CDE, California Department of Education guidelines. Students initially identified as English learners are reclassified to fluent English proficiency when they meet the following criteria. LPAC score of 4. LPAC is our English proficiency assessment that's provided once a year. Demonstration of basic skills in English from an objective assessment. A teacher evaluation as well as parent observation and input and consultation with teacher and the school site. I'd like to thank our parents who are here tonight, our bilingual aides at each of our sites, Meadowlark, High Desert, and Vasquez. Teachers, our counselor, Tiffany Casetta, as well as Ms. Jenna Largent. Together, they actually facilitate the DLAC, the District English Language Advisory Committee. Our bilingual aides at each and every site, along with the site administrators, facilitate the ELAC meeting that takes place at the school sites. And I do see ELAC and DLAC parents here who have been here consistently. And we thank you for your support and your guidance and the support of the district and our English learners. We currently have 118 students identified as English learners within our district. We currently have a total of 17 reclassified students for this academic calendar, 9 of who I believe are here tonight to be recognized. We want to congratulate. So I'm going to go ahead and read off names, and students, if you are here, please stand so you could be recognized by our board and our community for all of your efforts that you put forward for reclassification. Ivan Aguilar, first grade. Okay, Ivan Aguilar, we'll go ahead and congratulate you. Luis Avila Sanchez, are you here? We'll congratulate you as well. Diego Carrera. Diego Sierra. People need standing, please. Valeria Gonzalez Medina. William Hernandez. Congratulations, Julian. Adrian Surratt. Martin Valdominos. Angelo Ventura. Last but not least, those who are RSVP for tonight, Manuel Villegas. Have I missed anybody this evening? Let's give a big round of applause to our. We honor your hard work, your dedication, and you make us proud. And board, if you don't mind, we can have a photo opportunity for our students. So students, I'll kindly ask you if you could step forward to the front here so that we can take a picture of you and recognize you. And once again, families and parents, big round of applause to you for being here this evening. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Would we like to do a round of board comments for our golden spotlight recipients?
Sure, thank you. First, congratulations to everybody who achieved this great milestone. I know learning a second language is difficult. Coming from an interracial family, I'm half Puerto Rican and half Black, so I don't speak Spanish myself, but I wish I would get part of my culture. So it's a great milestone. I do appreciate you guys taking the time to learn and to actually achieve these goals. So the world opens up to you. So great accomplishment.
Yeah, it's awesome. Good job, mom and dad, and the kids who studied hard to make this happen, and our staff, right? You lacked the whole program, so fantastic. Keep up the good work, and it's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, well done, everyone. I think that's incredibly awesome. It's the American dream in action.
Believe this or not, but I learned how to speak Spanish from some guys that were working in the day grove in Mecca, California, while we were putting up palm trees. They didn't know any English. I didn't know any Spanish. And I actually learned how to speak with them by watching Salvador Gigante. I started off knowing what Snickers candy bar was, and I kind of picked up the rest. So it's difficult to sit there and try to understand what someone is telling you and learn it and pick out familiar words and try to put the context together to what it means in your own language so you can understand it and then actually have the pressure to be tested on it. I think the equivalent of what you've done is for us to be dropped off in a country where we don't know anybody or know anything, and we would have to perform to a standard while everyone kind of looks at us and wonders why we don't understand. So this is incredible for youth to be able to do this. It speaks to the promise you hold that sits out ahead of you when you're adults. Good job.
I would like to congratulate all of you. I would like to congratulate your parents. I know in education, everybody has their different levels of where they're learning. So we all have our learning levels. And then wherever people that are learning from a second language, they have one more hurdle to get over. So wherever you would be typically in your own language, then you have this other hurdle where you're trying to also learn in a second language. And I applaud you for not using that as an excuse, and you have overcome that and you're pushing forward, and you are doing amazing things within our schools, and I know that you are going to grow up and do amazing things as human beings. So congratulations, students, congratulations, families. You guys are doing an awesome job, and I love that you guys all showed up. It's my favorite thing to see students in our audience, and we don't get it a lot, so thank you very much for taking your Thursday night and coming here so that we could congratulate you and honor you. So thank you very much for giving us your time tonight. And then I also did see one person walk in from the back. Do we know?
Yes,
Let's give them a round of applause too.
Julian Hernandez, so congratulations. Julian, congratulations. Thank you for making it on time. We applaud you. And Julian's a sophomore at Vasquez. Best wishes. Good job.
But Julian's missing from the photograph.
Can we do it again?
Of course, yeah.
Students, you could all thank Julian later.
Okay, guys.
If you guys did it.
You guys stand for a vote and I do it for
No.
Thank you. All right, we are going to move right along, 3A, public comments, recognition, oh no, wait, we already did that, sorry, 4A, Ada representative. This is really quick, sorry, this is where everything gets super boring, so we will not be offended. If you guys want to get up and leave, we would love for you to stay. You have to stay. We would love for you to stay, but it will not be offensive if you guys want to go home and do dinner and homework and all that good stuff that we know you have going on. So whenever you feel like you need to leave, totally okay. You're right. Hi, hello. Hi, so good to see you, Brianna. I miss you. We used to work together. Yeah. So anyways, and I miss her a lot. I love working with Brianna. She was wonderful to work with. So I'm Carrie Wright. I'm the ADA representative, and I wanted to take this opportunity to let everybody know some of the amazing things our teachers have been learning the last week or two. We have 6 teachers right now in a PBI learning a PBIS conference up in Chicago. We've had our SELPA partners come here yesterday to teach our IAs how to implement better learning strategies in the classroom. I personally attended a Prepare 2 training that focuses on mental health crises after a traumatic event and how to take on the planning and care for our students if something were to happen. Ms. Palacios, she is the Donors Choose Ambassador, and we will be working with teachers from all over California to post their Donors Choose classroom requests. Our first grade teachers, Mrs. Jacobson and Mrs. Stump, attended a lecture. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this wrong. A structured literacy symposium, which focused on the
importance of a structured literacy instruction, which is a little bit different than what we've been doing. So it'll be fun to watch them get that, and they are very excited to share it with all of our Metal Art teachers. We have also had teachers working on their Nearpod training and learning about the new history and social science curriculum that we just adopted. So this is just the icing on the cake. This is just in the last couple weeks of all this has happened, and there's just so much our teachers are doing and learning in order to serve our students and meet their educational needs. Thank you.
Thank you.
For BSB CFDA rep. And for C, student representative to the board, Aislinn.
Hi, thank you. As usual, I'll start with Metal Art. Sadly, I don't have a lot to report on Metal Art today. I'm still working with Ms. Jones to streamline our communications and possibly getting me in touch with the student council to find some of my information. So I'll move on to High Desert. High Desert is in the middle of their Red White Ribbon Week this week, which is fantastic. Going against drugs and alcohol. So today's theme day was to shade out drugs and alcohol with sunglasses. I think it's very fun. Friday, a little typo in an email, is a Medal of Honor awards ceremony that is, I encourage everyone to attend. It's a really important awards for our students. And then tomorrow evening is the Halloween dance that a lot of students are looking forward to. And then next week, the Idaho Booster Club is hosting a dodgeball tournament. And there's hope that many different teams will attend and join in that fun. From Vasquez, earlier this week, we had our guitar workshop with Mr. Spielman. That was a great success. Many students attended and we all learned some basics about guitar. He taught us his famous Cat Came Back song, as well as the more traditional, like or kind of a guitar song. It was great fun. The fall festival had a great turnout. A special thanks to Ms. Owen, Ms. Austin, Ms. Fife, and Mr. Romero, and many others for making that happen so streamlined. It was a great fundraising opportunity for our classes. And this Monday, I believe, we had students go on a field trip to CSU Channel Islands College. That was a great field trip. I've heard from my peers, they had a lot of fun, learned a lot. People are interested in attending there. Personally attend, but I've heard of great things. Be in the middle of our Halloween Spirit Week. Today was Spooky Socks Day, so everyone showed up there Mustang Pride. Upcoming on November 16th, we have a NHS and SNHS field trip to the California Science Center. That's been opened up to the rest of the campus for anyone who wants to come. There is limited attendance on that field trip, so it's kind of a lottery, but many kids are excited about that. We're having lots of other field trips pop up. I think some of the Spanish classes are going to a Day of the Dead festival sometime this week or next week, which seems fun. And then our juniors took the PSAT today, so we all wish them a brain break this evening for that hard test, and we're thankful that they did it. That's all I have.
Very cool, thank you, Aislinn. For the superintendent will stand with the board.
Thank you. Tonight I'll be covering 3 areas from our existing strategic plan: student achievement, effective instruction, leadership, and community engagement. Starting off with student achievement. For the current season of cross country, the Vasquez High School team has a robust team of 21 runners this year, 8 boys and 13 girls. 7 of our runners are seniors. At the recent Vasquez High School cross country senior day, the following students were recognized: Timothy Orzak, Jack Buchanan, Brett Dawson, Marina Costin, Marie Pate, Leilani McClaus, and Mackenzie Van Hornum. Congratulations to you all, job well done. Moving forward with effective leadership, goal number 2. The strategic plan writing team and I have been meeting weekly to accurately synthesize the content provided by our educational partners via the development team late last spring. As of now, the timeline to finalize the updated plan for review by our board will be in the fall. We'll fall to a presentation at our December 14th board meeting. We'll work with the development team student group to co-present the updated strategic plan to the board as well as to the community as a whole. The plan will correspond to our LCAP goals as well as action items deliverables for the sake of accountability. Next, we have effective instruction and leadership. We are thrilled to announce a new resource page to our special education team of teachers and service providers. Tamika Kramer, coordinator of our SPED office, has been working diligently on this platform to help support the SPED team in efforts to streamline functionality within the district. We are happy to preview for you this evening the internal special education website where staff can find resources, forms, and links. This resource is dedicated to assisting our team as well as supporting compliance requirements. I believe Ms. Kramer is online on Zoom, so she'll go ahead and present and share her screen, and she'll walk us through the newly developed resources from the SPED office. Ms. Kramer, thank you for joining me.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. Yeah, we've done some fantastic work within our SPED department. Our amazing staff has really pulled things together, and we really made strides in making sure that we got back into compliance because we were behind on many things due to COVID. So in an effort to, I'll go ahead and share my screen, in an effort to create policies and consistency across the district, and also ensure that we are in compliance with the law, because that's the nitty-gritty of what we do. We love the teaching, not so much the paperwork. We're in the process of developing a website that will function as our interactive IEP and special education handbook. Can you see this?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Kramer.
Okay. So it's still in the works. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of time to build an actual website. I'm sure our IT department can attest to that. But this is the homepage of our InfoSped website. It's our interactive guide to everything SPED. This particular website is specifically designed for our teachers and staff within special education, as well as our administrators. We hope down the road to create a similar one for our paraprofessionals, and then also one for our parents that really then talks about, you know, what is special education, what's the process. So this is what our staff currently has access to. You will find here different windows. We have the IEP process and procedures. When I click on that, you'll see everything in detail, from how to do a 30-day IEP transfer in, how to conduct amendments, matriculation IEPs, assessments, legal timelines, behavior intervention plans, and behavior emergency forms. Everything you need to know about qualifications for extended school year or ESY. Special education transportation, what it is, who qualifies, and many other things that you can see are still under construction. We'll have the process of how to conduct an initial IEP, how to do an annual IEP, getting an IEP plan step by step. That will help our new teachers really kind of follow the recipe of writing a very comprehensive and legally defensible IEP that supports student learning. Going back to the home, other things that will be in here are specific IEP tools. This literally are little tools with training videos, user manuals, note-taking guidance, how to get input from parents for the IEP in an easy way, understanding the 30-day timeline, etc., etc. Also on this side, we are in the process of creating a form specific to our district. Here is one that is the IEP alert and wrap-up form. All of our case carriers, when the IEP is being completed and all the paperwork needs to be filed and uploaded, complete this form and make sure that all the steps that are needed to ensure that all of the paperwork is tied with a pretty bow. It will be sent then to the district. We have our facilitated IEP meeting agenda that has been customized specific for our needs. And this obviously this page will grow as well. There'll be more forms that are specific to our district. Other parts of this website, we're still working on developing it. We have our monthly SPED department meetings, and those are also posted on our site. It kind of helps with what we discussed. It has links to trainings that we did during that time. So this is a great information site, the place for not just our staff, but also for our principals to ensure that they're up to speed with what it is that we're doing within our SPED department. This is still in the works, but all of our training modules that have been developed specific for our staff will be posted here. And that's in a nutshell our SPED or InfoSPED website. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you, Ms. Kramer.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions for me?
Questions?
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time and attention. And I'll go ahead and turn off my mic.
No, I have a question. I just think it's awesome the way it's tied together in one place. It looks like a monumental amount of work. I just want to say, this is information at fingertips is what makes life easier for everybody. So, that's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. Having, documented processes, highly available information, having everything in one place really, it makes excellence possible. So it's a great start, and I'm looking forward to seeing the final result.
This is something that's very important to me as a board member. One of the most unpleasant things next to suspensions and expulsions is going into the back room and finding out that there are attorneys at work trying to fight with each other and parents and everybody about nuances of whether the kid should have 17 minutes of speech or 15 minutes and that type of thing. I've seen just about everything. The moral of the story here is I find what's lacking. Many of you know my daughter Tammy. She's been in this district for a very long time. Many of you might not understand everything that's involved, and I've found that it's funny to me that the federal government would make these rules about that basically say if you don't do this, you're violating someone's civil rights, that they would fund that effort at, I think historically 25% is the most you could ever expect to get. And that's kind of like going to the grocery store with a family of 4 to feed, but only being allowed to spend enough for one. It's horrendous to me that there would be all these federal rules and stuff, but I have yet to see in any school district a training program in which a brand new teacher comes in and everybody sits in these IEP meetings and comes up with all these things. And of course, the therapists and the speech language pathologists and all those people, they're professionals, they know what to do, and the psychologists are extremely well qualified. But outside of the day of the IEP, there's 364 other days in the year, and it has always made me wonder, how does a teacher try to reach, especially during COVID, it was terrible. How do you look at kids on the screen? I think a teacher has an innate ability to look at a group of kids and see which ones are so ahead of the stuff that they're getting bored and disrupted and not being challenged. If you have someone over here that's trying to learn another language, you have someone that has a hearing disability, you have someone that can't speak at all, and you're trying to arrange that. And then in the background, you've got all these contracts and basically rules that all these teachers, they're the day in, day out, make that happen in the classroom. And it's just been horrendous for me to look at school districts and say all that responsibility is being put on teachers in the classroom, and I have yet to hear of a district that does real training about the day-to-day implementation of IEPs. So I'll get off my soapbox, but this is an area of extreme liability to the district, both financially and in the way it can send kids out of here that are chronically underemployable, subject to self medication. There's just horror stories that go with this. So Mika, thank you. I know what it's like here, trust me. And I thank you for coming here, number one. I thank you for staying here. And I thank you for bringing this up to speed.
Absolutely, and just to respond to that, I couldn't agree more, and I really hope that with these policies and procedures in place, we'll take the guessing out of everything, and it will be much easier to focus on teaching rather than trying to figure out all this paperwork and rules and cleanup and everything else. So I absolutely hear what you're saying, that, you know, first and foremost, how do we implement the IEP? How do we help our students in the classroom? So I agree. Thank you.
Mika, one more thing. The CAC has some stuff that's available for parents in terms of meetings and parent resources and things. And I'd like to see the relationship between the district and the South, especially the CAC, turn from, you know, the parking lot gossip. Did you hear what they're doing? I got an attorney. You should use this attorney, this advocate. We'll do this and that. We have an IEP meeting tomorrow, and I don't believe there's going to be any attorneys at Tammy's IEP. So again, thank you.
Absolutely. We're working on that. Absolutely.
I would like to say that that is absolutely fantastic to have everything in one place. It looks user friendly and it looks very well put together. So I do want to say thank you for the organizational piece, for the building piece, for gathering all of the information and putting it in one usable spot. That's going to be incredibly helpful for our team. It wasn't long ago, I was, you know, maybe 22, and I won't mention what school or what district I worked for, but I was an RSP aide in a classroom, just an aide, no training at all went into it. And I was testing students and I was writing IEPs, and I didn't learn until much later when my son had an IEP that was not okay, that we shouldn't be doing that, but I didn't have anything to back up any of that information that I was writing in a legal document. I love that we have policies and procedures in place, so stuff like that is not happening in our school, in our district, because our kids deserve the best of the best. So I thank you very much for building information to where it's easy for our IEP teams to find and utilize. If there could be a training for all teachers for this, some people will look at it and go, I don't know how to do that. And then they just won't dig in and look at it. So a training, it seems silly, a training on how to use something so easy, I think is incredibly necessary so that her hard work doesn't go to waste and everybody is able to use the tool that she built. So thank you very much for your effort putting that together.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kramer, to you, your team, and the staff teams at each and every school site. Thank you for all that you do. Just concluding the report for tonight, community engagement goal number 3. Aislinn did mention it very eloquently last Saturday. The Fall Festival was truly a community collaborative effort between Vasquez High School PTO, High Desert Booster, Meadowlark PTO, ASMO, and ILEAD. Kudos to a successful event last Saturday. In addition, congratulations are in order to Ms. Mary Fife, community volunteer, and Mr. Eddie Romano, maintenance, for their hard work and dedication for making these types of events successful and seamless. They were recognized last Saturday by our local lawmakers. Congratulations to you both. And with that, ring of the bell, I conclude my report. Thank you.
Didn't know we were timing.
No. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sabakian. For e-submissions. Okay, okay. 5, board comment.
Have any comments today, but I want to thank everybody for being here, especially the ones who stayed this whole time, so appreciate that, and the ones who joined us online. So with that, thank you, and thank all the district staff for their hard work during the meetings. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody who participated in the fall festival. Every year it gets better and better and better. Surprisingly, a couple things that a couple parents came to me and said when we were speaking, just generally said, this high school still feels brand new. So that's a testament to how well it's maintained and how well the school was designed. And it does, it looks brand new. So everybody who's involved in keeping that school fresh, a big thank you to. The other thing is the parking lots were full. People were walking all the way to the parking all the way to the football field and walking all the way down. Lots of young families, saw a lot of community members, saw people that just like they seemed like they maybe were pulled in by the banners that we don't see around. I don't know who they were, but they were enjoying themselves. So you know, it's just another great community event for us. So you know, thank you to my wife Tracy, who's the PTSO president, and all the other PTO and boosters that helped out make that happen. Dr. Hawking showed up and looked like he enjoyed himself. I think that's president here too as well. It's just a great event. We had haunted house that was fantastic. If anybody got a chance to see that, also the reptiles were fantastic as well. So I got a list of people here. Sorry to go on and on and on, but start with Superintendent Hawking, obviously, Ms. McCauley, Meadowlark PTSO, IDES boosters, ASMO, school board members, VHS custodial, Principal Van Ornum, Sheldon Sparks, Amanda Stillwell, Carrie Owens, Dr. Shoddy, Acton Royal Court. Of course, Larry Spielman was there, and he always does this fantastic best, which is, you know, if you go for any reason, go see what Mr. Spielman sing. Acton Karate, Hillary Blaha, Acton Party Rentals, Friends of the Library, BHA sport teams, all the sport teams were there, getting money for their for the teams for next year. ASBs, cheer. I lead a 3 young men who played in a band, and we tell you, those guys really were good for as young as they were. So good show from those guys. We got Shiloh, Linnea, Christine Johnson, Dr. Cordova, who did the announcing for everybody. Carlo Basil, Jack Danielson, Jackie Owens, Eddie Romano, and Mary Fife obviously was one of the award recipients, and all the vendors that supported us. So that's it. Don't miss it next year.
We unfortunately didn't get to go to the fall festival, but just in general, just a big shout out to all the people that donate their own time, whether it's staff members, whether it's teachers, all the parents that kind of donate time to everything that goes on, whether it's the sports teams or whatever it is. There's an amazing amount of parent just volunteers in general coming out of the community. It's really always nice to see. Carrie, thank you for coming in to do the ADA report. It's nice to have you on there doing that, and I love the update, and it's great to hear about all the education opportunity for our staff and teachers to learn the new tools, new software they're providing the curriculum. So it's fantastic to have the opportunity to do that. Thank you for the update, Isla. It's always good to hear your update. And that's it.
Good evening. I'd like to say that I'm proud of the students of this district for their academic, athletic, and extracurricular efforts. I'm thankful for the staff that support the students of this district, and I am happy that I have a board up here and my colleagues that support the superintendent, staff, and students in a positive way. Let's get closer.
Mark can stay on All right, so I want to congratulate our cross country, our flag football and our football and cheer teams for their senior nights this past week. And I hope I didn't miss any senior nights, did I? I think that was it. Congratulations on those seniors. That's such a big night, not only for those seniors, but also for their parents to celebrate their accomplishments through all of their sports and keeping high academics and all that great stuff. I love celebrating senior night. I love that I was invited to be a part of the girls flag football senior night. It was super fun to watch them play, really fun to announce their game, great to watch them play on the football field and have their fans there. And it was nice to be able to celebrate with them. Our last football game, if you were not there, you missed out, am I right? Oh, it was such a good game. So I just wanted to thank, first of all, Lester works every football game, so he is one of those parents that he was talking about giving his time week after week for our football team and our players. And I know Ken doesn't have a football player and you were still there to support our team, so I just want to show a thank you to you for coming out to support those kids as well. I know it means a lot to have more people than just, it's great to have your parents, but it's incredible to fill the stands and have the community and the staff and board members that stand behind our teams. It's good to see everybody coming together. So our last football game is tomorrow night. It's staff appreciation night and it's pink night. And I know that the cheerleaders and ASB and our team could really use our support. So anybody everywhere, shout it out, throw it on your social media, come out and support our last football game. They could really use that support. Fall Festival, I've been going to Fall Festival, I remember when it was here on Acton campus. I remember what I dressed as when we came to Fall Festival. We've been going year after year after year since I was a little girl. I think that might have been the biggest Fall Festival I've ever seen. It was packed. I could not believe how many people were there, how many vendors were inside the gym. The gym was completely packed with vendors and just people everywhere. And it was supposed to be over at 2, and I think we ended up leaving at 3, and there was still all kinds of stuff going on. It was just crazy. So huge thank you to every single person that put it on, that attended, all of the kids that took their time and built their booths, their games, their everything to do those fundraisers. And thank you to everybody that came out and supported. I saw actually quite a few community members that their kids have graduated and moved on, and they still came without their kids. They still came to the Fall Festival to support. It was a huge community event, and so thank you very much to everybody that was involved in putting that on and everybody involved in supporting that. It was fantastic. And Eddie and Mary, I know you guys know how much I appreciate you. And I apologize for missing your ceremony, but I just wanted to congratulate you again. And the two of you are just absolutely awesome. And both of your families are awesome. So Maria and Walter and all of your kids, absolutely phenomenal families. So Eddie and Mary, congratulations again for being honored for just doing what you do. And I know that you would continue to do it whether you're honored or not, and that's what makes you guys so special. So thank you very much for all you do. And to Meadowlark, I see a lot of people posting about how fun your last event was, the line dancing event. That was just, I think it was Wednesday night, the 25th. Oh yeah, last night. I've seen so many different posts and pictures, and it looked like an absolutely incredible event. So many smiling faces. So good job, Meadowlark, and I sincerely apologize that I missed it. That is all for my board comments. So we will go ahead and move on to 6A, approval of consent calendar items. It's recommended the Board of Trustees approve the consent calendar items 9B through 9I as submitted. Can I get a motion? I'll second. Any changes?
No changes. I just wanna make sure that we get on record, item 6E through G. We utilize these agencies, ProCare, Solion, and Ed Theory if needed in support of any special education vacancies that we are unable to fill through the traditional routes of adjoint and other postings. For such positions as school psychologists or any auxiliary service and support. This is kind of a standard, just I just want to clarify, item 6E through G.
Thank you. More discussion?
Yeah, just one little thing, and it's not. The universal gift formula was just wasn't complete, the value wasn't filled in on it for the monitors. Which I think is fantastic that we're getting donated, I assume those are computer monitors, right?
They're smart panels that were donated, and then we'll go ahead and, maybe work with IT to see if we can go ahead and add an added value for the 2 panels that were donated.
That's it. Thank you.
Items E through G, knowing that that's bringing additional staff and you can't fill staff, the associations are. No objections coming from the
Correct.
association.
Correct. And that's only if we need them.
I have no comments or questions. Call question, all those in favor?
I, that's not.
Paul's graph, aye.
Brianna Texoni, aye. 7A Personnel Report 23-24.05, staff recommendation, the board approved personnel report 23-24.05 as presented. Can I get a motion?
I'll move.
Second.
No changes to the part. I'd like to just make note of one resignation of our teacher. We have posted the position on adjoint and other sources to actively recruit and refill the position as soon as possible.
Discussion?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Throughout my leadership courses, I learned 3 factors that really contribute to organizational success. Workplace stability, talent management, effective talent management, and also investment in human capital. So my question is, are we capturing during the exit interview the reasons why people resigned, and is that codified and available for us to review? To see, to determine where the gaps are, where we work as a district.
Sure, I'll start with question 1. The media supervisor, generally speaking, for that employee who might be leaving for whatever reason, be it a resignation, officially, there is an exit interview, and just based on the position itself, there's appropriate questions that are asked. So yes, that is conducted. Going on to part 2, if there's a request for information regarding the exit interview content, I could go ahead and pull themes and then share it with trustees while protecting the anonymity of the employee that has left.
Absolutely, thank you so much.
Call for question, all those in favor?
Cost and that's gone.
Paul's graph, aye.
Brianna Texoni, aye. 8A calendar, we have a regular board meeting on November 9th. And that is only one board meeting in the month of November due to the Thanksgiving break. And we have a regular board meeting December 14th. Also, that is the only board meeting in December due to the winter break. 9A future agenda items. We have update strategic plan. Do we have any additions to future agenda items? Hearing none, we'll move on to 10A adjournment. It's recommended the board adjourn the meeting at 7:18 p.m.
I'll
move. Sorry.
Any discussion? Call for question, all those in favor?
I, that's gone.
Paul's graph, aye.
And the board is adjourned at 7:18 p.m. Thank you.